What is up, my fellow golf ball addicts? We are continuing on our coverage of the PGA Show from 2026. Today we are starting our club series, and normally I'd planned on doing these all in one video, but after doing the first brand, it was like 15 minutes long, and I thought, you know what, I'm not going to bore you with a 2-hour-long video, so we're going to break it up by brand, and we're going to start today with PXG. Let's dive right in. And PXG does have a booth here this year, so we're going to go check it out and see if there's anything new. It looks like PXG has their entire wedge lineup here. You have the Sugar Daddy 3. Sugar Daddies are some very popular wedges I've seen. Then you've got this one is here, which is the, oh my goodness, I can't even see. That's the Stickum. The Stickum wedge. Okay, never heard of that. We'll have to do a little
interesting names.
Interesting names. Yes, Stickum. Okay.
Stickum and Sugar Daddy.
And then, yeah, that's the Sugar Daddy in black, which actually is a really sleek look. I like that a lot. And then I assume this is the Stickum in the brushed. It is. So, I'll look up the difference between the two. I'll talk about it in just a second, but I've always really loved how the Sugar Daddy looks, and it's kind of like a cult following. The people who play them seem to really like them a lot, so we'll see. PXG irons, it's one of those things you either really love the look of them or you don't like them. I've always liked them. I like the weighting design in them. I like the fact that they're upfront about it. I think it looks really sleek. I love the brushed metal look as well. I still use a PXG putter that I got for $92 on Amazon. I love it. It's absolutely fantastic. So I know their putters are good. I know their irons are good. Now let's go look at their woods. Let's see if they have anything new coming out this year. Very solid feedback. I like that.
Oh, 1-4 smash, 120 ball speed, 90 feet in the air. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is this a distance one?
I would say it's in the middle.
Okay.
So we have the filled cavity blade, like a T.
Yeah.
And then we have the XP, which is extreme performance. This is players.
Okay.
So it's a little bit of a distance
blend.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
So these are 2 degrees stronger lofted than like a traditional tour, like a blade.
Yeah.
2 degrees stronger.
Okay. Do you know what this one's lofted at?
30.
Oh, but that's normal for me. Yep. Yeah, that's pretty normal for us. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then we got a driver right this?
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
And we have 3 different models.
Okay.
So this is the 10K, the most forgiving option. Just a little bit bigger of a footprint. And then we have the tour model. This is the smallest footprint. It's going to give you the fastest ball speeds.
Sure.
And then this one is the mid tour, which is going to look like the tour, but give you more forgiveness.
Let's go with this one, because my channel's viewer toward the average golfer.
Perfect. Yeah, so the 10K version is awesome. It's going to give us, that's our highest MOI driver we've ever made.
Okay.
Right? So, and you're a stiff flex still though, right?
Extra stiff on the driver,
Extra
believe
stiff
it or
on
not.
the driver.
Yeah,
No.
just for control issues.
Yeah, for sure.
That's all it is.
Do you have a preference of which one you play out of these, or does it?
Ventus the blue right there, actually.
There we go. How about that?
Yeah, that's what I have on the driver home.
Do you know anything about the Lightning yet?
No.
Okay, so we have this new spine in here. So with all the new carbon fiber we put in, we had to add a spine to make it rigid enough so when you hit these shots a little bit off the toe or a little off the heel, it's going to react much different than what you've seen before.
Okay.
And then we have a frequency tuned face. So frequency tuned face is kind of like jumping on a trampoline. You jump on a trampoline by yourself, that frequency would be kind of out of tune. But you and your buddy jump on it and catapult you up, that's an in-tune frequency. So you see how you get a little higher?
Yeah.
Right?
All right.
So those are the main 2 benefits.
All right, where do I hit these? Right up here?
You're going to hit them in the same spot actually, and your feet will just be farther over.
That's the next shot I know and love.
How about that?
absolutely. That's fantastic.
It's a great feeling driver, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it's really good. Yeah, I like it a lot. I mean, as far as the feel goes, it has just a hint of feedback, but that's because it's a more forgiving model, I understand, but it's enough feedback to let me know without being like really obnoxious, because some of the more pro models are just really obnoxious about it, like, hey, you screwed that up.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, I know, thanks. Yeah. But yeah, that's really nice. I love the forgiveness on it. When it comes to the PXG driver, it felt really good. A lot of forgiveness is packed in that driver. PXG is always a really good value when it comes to their drivers as well. They usually retail for around like $3.99 or something. Heroes discount, absolutely, I recommend trying it. They have a great fitting system as well. The irons felt great. The irons, that particular one I tested, I showed it on the screen, all about distance. I mean, I lost a lot of spin, but that's kind of like what happened with the Vice irons when I talked about it. Incredible distance, but I lost the spin. So if you're someone who needs more help with distance, that's an iron to try.
Every ounce of PXG's hype seems to be gravitated toward their brand new iron and driver sets. Starting with the Gen 8 irons, PXG has chosen a dual weight design with a focus on the maximum adjustability for fitting. Their new steel face is their thinnest ever and completely changes the feedback and sound compared to previous models. These irons come up in 3 different models total. The XP is for maximum launch and forgiveness, while the T is the Tour Pro, focused on workability and precision. The P model sits in the middle and is a blend of both. Now, one thing I did notice, if you go for a fitting, watch out for the XP models. The 7 iron is lofted at 27 degrees, which is ridiculously strong. I mean, at this point, it's basically a 5 or a 6 iron. It's closer to a 5 now. These lofts have kind of gotten ridiculous, in my opinion. Now, these irons start at $1,600, and that's with 0 upgrades. Look, I love PXG a lot, but with direct-to-consumer clubs starting to retail around the $400 range, $1,603 feels kind of ridiculously high. Unless PXG delivers championship-level performance, I think that price will be a hard sell to most average consumers, even with their Heroes discount. The other big excitement comes from the drivers. They have a new Lightning model as well as a new Wildcat model. Let's start first with the Lightning models here. So they offer a 10K Max version, which is what you saw me hit in the simulator a few minutes ago. They also have a Max Light version, a Tour Mid, and a Tour. The Max 10K is the most forgiving of the 4, offering lofts of 9, 10.5, and 12. Standard shaft is the Project X Blue here and the Mitsubishi models, but you can upgrade to others for an upcharge of $100 to $300. Whew, okay. The forgiveness and launch are at their max here, and the spin is rated as mid by PXG. So this will be a beginner club for higher handicaps. Of course, I'm talking about, the 10K. Next up, we have the Max Light, which is built off the same design as the 10K, but the focus is on being as light as possible for slower swingers. In fact, the standard size is 14 grams lighter than other models, and it comes in a 10.5 and an 11.5. The Tour Mid offers high levels of forgiveness with mid-spin and mid-launch. This one sounds right up my alley since I struggle with low launch, 8, 9, and 10.5 available. Last up is the Lightning Tour, which has, you guessed it, is for players like Joel Dahmen, who mid-forgiveness, low launch, spin, it's for tour players who really know how to hit the ball well. This model will bend wherever your face takes it, a scary thought for me and average golfers alike. Weirdly only available in 9 degrees loft for lefties though, so I'm sorry, Southpaws. All these models come with a frequency-tuned face engineered to vibrate in sync with the precise moment of golf ball compression. Honestly, I'm not sure what that means and if it actually affects performance, but if the clubs end up testing well from others this year on YouTube and from major publications, I guess I won't really have any choice but to believe them. There's 3 different weights to once again allow maximum tuning and fitting. Another interesting thing is the spined sole design. This promises stability, ball speed, and PXG's signature feel. Their words, not mine. These models come at a price point starting at $649, which, I'll be real, is kind of expensive. PXG used to be known for being a value brand. You got really high-end performance, but at half the cost, or at least that's how I feel it used to be. You can still get the discount if you're a hero, which are classified as the police, nurse, military, teachers, etc., things like that. Last up is the Wildcat Driver. This is a beginner's club with a loft of 16 degrees, available in every flex, maximum forgiveness, higher launch, low spin, effortless distance, height, and accuracy per se. This driver retails at 300 smackaroonies, which seems great, but the club is missing most of the technology from the Lightning models. The Wedge, with the best name in the industry, the Sugar Daddy, has a new model also. This wedge looks great and comes in black and chrome. The lofts start at 50 and go all the way to 60, with scattered grinds and bounce options as well. Only the 58 and 60 will give you a choice of all 3 though, which is a 7C, a 10S, and a 12BP. I'll be honest again, though. I thought my computer broke when I saw the price of these wedges. $300 for a wedge? Really? I guess we just have to accept the fact that PXG is a top high-level rich brand, I guess. I mean, the Titleist Vokey is still under $200. I mean, who is spending $300 on a PXG wedge, even with the discount? And I'm not trying to call PXG out here, but it's just, that's outrageous to me. I can't even fathom it. Even PXG's value wedges and value irons in the Black Ops are still priced on the higher side. I won't cover putters, but PXG seems pretty happy about their zero-torque putters. Overall, I love the effort, I love the passion, I love the drive that PXG are putting into their clubs. I love that they give discounts to heroes, but I have to admit, with prices like these, it looks like I probably won't ever game them. Even if I was making Rick Shields money, I just don't think I could pay those types of prices when there are so many incredible values and models on the market now. I'm going to give PXG a B. Everything sounds good on paper. Time will tell if these clubs match the hype and price. I'm rooting for you, PXG.